I'd like to love you every day.
Hi guys, it's Charlotte. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new here. I am so glad that you guys clicked on this video. If you are new here, this is the perfect place to start. We just hit 1,200 subscribers, so we have a bunch of new people here, and this is going to be a great time to kind of introduce myself and introduce you all to the channel. So in today's video, we are doing a sorority formal get ready with me and Q&A. So for everybody who doesn't know, I am a junior at the University of Michigan, and I am in Gamma Phi Beta here. I joined in the fall. I was a transfer student, so I was able to join kind of like not during formal recruitment. But tonight we have our formal date party for GPhi, and I'm going to be getting ready and bringing you guys along with me for the process. And I'm also going to be answering a bunch of questions that you guys sent over from my Instagram and my YouTube community page. Okay, so without any further ado, let's just get started with getting ready and answering the questions that you guys sent over. I'm gonna try to put my hair up without looking like an actual egg. Okay, still kind of looking like an egg, but now at least my hair is out of my face. We are going to get started with my brows. I'm just using the Maybelline Brow Precise Micro Pencil, and I kind of just like to brush them through and then fill in this little sparse patch over here. But otherwise, I don't really touch my brows. I kind of just leave them alone and let them do their own thing. And that tends to work out better for me. Okay, the first question I'm gonna answer, because I've been getting this question in literally every single one of my videos recently. What are the letters behind me? So many people have been asking this, so I figured it would be the perfect first question to ask. They are the Greek letters of my sorority, Gamma Phi Beta. Figured that would be a good one to get out of the way first, because they're gonna be in the background this whole video. And it's a sorority get ready with me, so it even relates to the topic. Next question is also about my sorority. What is my favorite GPhi memory? What a good question. Shout out to my little Amaya for asking me that question. You're a queen. I miss you. Let's get lunch soon. My favorite memory is definitely semi-formal. That was a date party that we had in December, right before Christmas, right before the semester ended, and it was so much fun. Like, I wish I could explain how good of a time I had. I also did a get ready with me for that date party, so I will put a link to that like in the eye in the corner if anyone wants to go watch it after this video. That was the first date party that I went alone, like I went stag, and I didn't have to worry about entertaining a date or like getting set up with a random date or anything like that, which was really like a huge load off for me. Some of my friends also didn't bring dates, so we all kind of went like alone together, and it was just such a good time being able to dance together and sing along to the music. We were on the dance floor like literally the entire time, like the whole 3 hours we were all out there dancing. So that's my favorite like event memory. I have a bunch of good memories of just like hanging out with friends casually or like running into people on campus, but I think that semi-formal has a special spot for me in my heart. Like, I have a soft spot for semi-formal. Okay, eyebrows are done. The next thing we're gonna do is my eyes, like my eyeshadow. So because I'm doing a rather bold eyeshadow look, I'm going to put concealer on my eyes. I've also got like mad dark circles right now, and they're kind of extending like all the way up onto my eyes. Next question is, do you want to run for a position or like an officer role next year in your sorority? I have thought about it. I don't think I will. Currently, I'm the TikTok chairwoman for my sorority, so like I run my sorority's TikTok account. I think I'm kind of okay with that. Like, I'm good to kind of stick with that level of responsibility. I think I'm gonna be the TikTok chairwoman until like January, like end of December next year, like of 2022. So like next semester, I guess, not next year. And then we can see after that. I'm not sure if I would run again because like I'll be leaving because I'll be a senior. So I wouldn't like run again because I wouldn't be able to do it for a full term. So I guess short answer is no, but I would like to keep the position that I have because I think it's been super fun and a great way to kind of like show our sorority like on social media in another fun way, like other than our Instagram page. So that's where I'm at with that. And we're looking absolutely psychotic right now. I'm going to go wet my beauty blender and blend this in. So hopefully we stop looking terrifying. Okay, this is the last question about my sorority. We've kind of got like all the sorority questions in a row. This question is, what is your favorite part of being in a sorority? I think my favorite part has definitely been just like meeting all of the amazing people that I've met. I know that sounds like such a generic answer. Like I feel like everybody that's in a sorority would say that, but it is so true. Like it's really such a unique way to meet. I look absolutely terrifying. Really though, like especially after going through recruitment in January, and meeting like all of the new girls in the newest PC, I think it's just been such a great way to like branch out and meet people, especially as a transfer student. That was something I was really nervous about. Coming to a new campus, like how am I gonna meet people? How am I gonna make friends? Everyone says like, oh, just join a club. The way that I went through Rush was kind of like the perfect storm of like, you still needed to go through Rush, but it wasn't nearly as competitive as it is in like formal recruitment. So that was really nice. I didn't feel any like pressure to be perfect or anything. Like I could just come as I was. So that was kind of a tangent about, you know, Greek life being a good way to meet people, like, and being a transfer student. But I think that's definitely been my favorite part, is like how many opportunities it gave me to meet so many girls that like I'm so glad that I'm friends with. So let's quickly move on so I stop looking like this. Okay, this is the nicest makeup product that I own. This is the Morphe 35X eyeshadow palette that my parents got me for Christmas. And when I tell you I love this palette, I love this palette. Look at this. There's so many cute colors. It's a lot of pinks and neutrals, which is like everything, the only colors that I wear. Oh, there's an eyelash in my eyeball. I will link below the tutorial that I am following for this eyeshadow look. It's very simple. You only need 4 shades. So I'm going to do kind of like a pink sparkly glam sort of look. I'm going to start with this light pink color up here, and I'm going to put that kind of like in my crease. And I've got like pretty hooded eyes, so I'm also going to put it like up here, like towards my eyebrows. And that's kind of gonna be like the base color of the look. While I do that, I'm gonna answer the next question, which is from my friend Taryn. What is the most useless talent you have? I'm gonna have to think about that for a hot sec. Let's see. Wait, I definitely know what it is. Okay, I am very good at identifying voice actors. I watch a lot of like kids TV, basically like animated movies that's like typically marketed towards like 8 to 12-year-olds. I'm like, I want it. So because of that, I'm very good at identifying the voice actors that are in certain things, or like if I know an actor, like a live action actor, and then I hear a similar voice in cartoon, like I'll know that it's them. I think that's probably my most useless talent. But oh, you know what else? This kind of like is in the same vein. I'm very good at knowing when actors are doing accents that they don't naturally have. So for example, we were watching, my roommates and I, at the beginning of the year, it might have actually been the end of last semester, we were watching Confessions of a Shopaholic, which stars Isla Fisher playing an American woman. And I was like, she's Australian. Like, I didn't know anything about Isla Fisher, but I was like, she has an Australian accent. And they're like, what are you talking about? Like, she sounds American in the movie. I'm like, no, she has an Australian accent. I can just tell. We looked it up. She's an Australian actress. So I would say that's probably one of my most useless talents. Those are the 2 things. I'm very good at like figuring out people's voices, I guess. Whether it's like voice acting, like actors playing animated characters, or actors faking accents like for movies and stuff. Okay, there's the color on my crease. Now I'm going to go in with this little like angled brush, kind of. I don't actually think it's angled. I think it just became angled after I washed it and then let it dry on an angle. But I'm going in with a different brush, and I'm going to be taking this darker pink, kind of like reddish, maroonish shade. And I'm going to be packing that on like from halfway across my lid to my outer corner. This always looks super intense right when you put it on, but it blends out pretty nicely. That's one of the things that like I love about this palette specifically, is that the colors just, they blend so well. Most of my makeup is like drugstore makeup, or like not name brand, like super high quality makeup. So having this palette has been kind of like just the next step in my like makeup game, in the makeup world. Okay, then I'm going to take the same brush and do a mixture of the darker red and the lighter pink and put it under my eyes and kind of like connect it to the rest of the look. And that's gonna help kind of like balance it out so it doesn't look super top heavy. This has been a game changer for me, learning this little technique. See how that just looks a little bit more balanced? Not really. You can't tell on camera. Okay, last step for my eyeshadow is I'm going to go in with, honestly, I'm just gonna go in with my finger. Sometimes I do it with a brush, but glitter eyeshadow doesn't really pick up that well on a brush. So I'm just gonna go in with my finger and grab this sparkly pink shadow right here and put this on the like inner to middle part of my eyelid, kind of like everywhere where the darker colors aren't. And let's answer another question while we're doing that. What's your next YouTube goal now that you've hit 1,000 subscribers? Congratulations, by the way. Okay, first of all, thank you so much. Hitting 1,000 subscribers was such a cool feeling. Like, I'd been getting closer steadily. It took me about 2 years to hit 1,000 subscribers. Like actually hitting that milestone, which was something that I'd like been really excited about for a long time, was very cool. I would say my next goal would be getting monetized and actually getting paid. So like I'm technically monetized right now, which means I can make revenue, I can make money from my videos, but YouTube is kind of interesting with like how it actually pays creators. So basically you make money from your videos, like you make a couple of cents per like ad that plays before your video or like during your video, and you get paid by YouTube once you actually hit $100. I guess that goal would be to hit $100, like to make $100 on YouTube. One of the goals that I set for myself for 2022 as a whole was to get 3 checks from YouTube. So like get paid 3 months basically. Something though that I thought was very, very cool, kind of like poetic, was that I got approval for monetizing my videos on the exact 2-year anniversary of when I posted my first video on YouTube. So I posted my first video ever on March 29th, 2020, and I got my monetization approval on March 29th, 2022. And I think that is just, I just think that's really cool and like poetic of the universe. So yeah, I think actually like making money from YouTube and being able to turn it more into a job, and obviously it'd still be a hobby, but like actually getting paid for it would be my next goal. And kind of like one step closer to being able to make it like my career. I think that would also be really cool. Okay, that is what we're gonna do for now with the eyeshadow. I will add some finishing touches in a little bit, but I wanna do my under eye concealer first, and then I'll do the rest of it like on top of that. Okay, I forgot to mention this when I actually put it on, but the concealer I used for my eyelids was the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer in the shade 5. I don't remember what it's actually like the like word name of it, but this is 05. The concealer that I use for under my eyes, I love. I would recommend this to anybody. It works so well. It's my favorite. This is the L'Oreal True Match Super Blendable Concealer Crayon. This is exactly the same color as my face. I don't have a foundation, but I just kind of use this as a foundation, if that makes sense. Like I'll just put it everywhere, blend it in, and then extra on the places that need concealing. So this is doing double duty.
Yes, adore you all of the time. I like to. I like to.
I love looking actually insane when I do my makeup. Okay, I think this is blended in pretty well. I've tried my best. I've gotten all my little creases and everything. Now I'm gonna go in, I'm gonna do one more coat under my eyes to really cover up those dark circles, one more spot conceal up here. The next question of the Q&A is, what is your ideal career and job? What brought you to UMich, and how would you compare your college experience before and after the transfer? So I'm gonna answer those as 3 different questions. I guess I'll talk about college and like my transfer experience first, and then we'll move on to ideal job, because that's kind of like the natural sequence of events. Like you go through college and then you get a job. So that's the order I'll answer the questions in. Okay, so I'm gonna be putting powder on my face to set everything while I'm answering this question. I'm using the Revlon Color Stay translucent powder. So first I'm going to be answering what brought you to UMich. So there were 3 like main reasons that I transferred and chose like Michigan specifically, because they really like solved the problems that I was having and like offered specific solutions. So number one was the school that I went to before, Loyola University, Maryland, in Baltimore, Maryland, was very small. It was only about 4,000 undergrad. And I was definitely looking for more of a larger community where I could like meet new people all the time. Like you're not having classes with the same group of people. Because that's kind of exactly what my high school experience was like, and I wanted something different for college. Michigan obviously solved that problem because it's enormous. It's like 40,000+ students. So like even if you tried, you couldn't get to know everybody. So that's been really cool. I've definitely had like that problem is solved. I have new classes, or I have classes with new people all the time. Like I'm meeting new people all the time. Like I made a friend today, for example. Like we exchanged numbers and we were like, let's go get lunch. So that's definitely been like one of the problems that coming to Michigan solved. The other two reasons that I came to Michigan was the communications program. So I'm a communications major. If anybody didn't know, Michigan has one of the top ranked communications programs in the country. And I was lucky enough to get in and actually like experience that comm program. And I will say it lives up to the hype. Like the communications program here is very impressive and I have been very pleased with my experience so far. Okay, I think that's powder everywhere. I really don't want to be like shiny or creased in any of the photos, but I think I'm good. And then the third thing is kind of, I didn't really feel like I was studying things that I wanted to be studying in college. I was also a communications major at Loyola, but the course of study was very different. And there was a very intense core curriculum, especially in the honors program, which I was a part of, where I really just felt like the majority of my time was dedicated to topics that I really wasn't interested in and like was actively disinterested in. Like it wasn't like, oh, I don't really care, but like whatever. It was like, I don't want to be learning about this. So that was also a main reason. I was like, I only get a college education once. Like, yes, you can go back for grad school, but it's not the same. So that was an important thing to me. I was like, if I only go through college once, I really want to be studying the kinds of things I want to be studying. So those are kind of the reasons that I chose Michigan specifically. Like I said, they kind of solved all the problems that I was having. My experience like before and after transferring, I can't even compare. Like I have been so much happier here at Michigan than I was at Loyola. And I don't think it's a super fair comparison because I did spend over half of my experience at Loyola studying at home, like at home, back in Maine because of the pandemic. So I don't want to like put all of the blame for why I wasn't happy on Loyola, but I do think being so much happier at Michigan does kind of speak to like the differences in experiences. But I would just say like generally, mentally, physically, emotionally, I'm just doing so much better here at Michigan than I was at Loyola. I feel so much better. I feel so much happier. I feel much more like connected to what I'm studying, to my friends, to all of it. I just feel a lot better. So transferring, and I will take this to the grave. Like I will say this till the day that I stop breathing. Transferring is the best decision I could have made. I think there's such a stigma around having like a non-traditional college experience, whether that's like transferring or taking a gap year between high school and college, or taking a gap year like during college, or being like an older college student than traditional like 18 to 23. Like I think there's so much stigma around being like non-traditional, and that was something I was obsessed with. Like I was really nervous to transfer because I was like, I'm a perfectionist. Like I want to have this perfect idyllic college experience that like I've been dreaming about forever. And now like considering transferring, I'm going to mess that up and I'm not going to have that anymore. And I think COVID was terrible. I would not go back to quarantine ever. Like if I could time travel back to March of 2020 or like the year 2020 at all, like I would not for $1 million. I was flat out miserable. But I do think in some ways, like the pandemic disrupting my college experience already helped me to let go of that idea of like having the perfect college experience. Because no matter what I did, even if I stayed at Loyola, I wasn't going to have a perfect college experience. Like there was no way for me to have that perfect college experience anyway. So why fight so hard to have it if you can't have it anyway and you're already feeling like you should be somewhere else? So I am a huge advocate for transferring or doing whatever is best for you to have the best experience for you, even if that means being a non-traditional student. That's my rant for today. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. I have started putting on my blush. This is just the Milani blush in the shade Tea Rose. I got this from Target. It's my favorite thing. I love it. I'm just putting this on my cheeks, kind of like up, sweeping up this way, and then I'm also gonna be putting it over my nose. And I think this is also kind of helping to like balance out the eyeshadow. It doesn't look as in your face anymore because there's other color on my face now. The other part of that question, what is your ideal career or job? This, you know what? I will let you know as soon as I know. I've always known, like my whole life, I've always known that I was gonna have some kind of non-traditional job. Like when I was in elementary school, I think, they told us we had some speaker come in. I don't even know, it might have been later, like it might have been middle school, but sometime in my like early life, I listened to some kind of program that said, like the speaker was saying, some of you out in the audience are gonna have jobs that don't exist yet. And that was so exciting to me. I was like, oh my gosh, like I'm gonna be one of those people. Like I'm gonna have a job that doesn't exist yet. And like, if you think about it, if YouTube ends up being my job, like 20 years ago, being a YouTuber wasn't a thing. Like being a content creator, that wasn't a thing. That wasn't a job. And so now, like that is a job. That is something that you can do and you can make money from and turn into your career. And I just like personally think that is so cool. So I do think like content creation or something in social media is like gonna be where I wanna be, like where I end up. I think that's just kind of gonna be like the best place for me. That's what I'm passionate about. That's what I enjoy doing. So whether that's like creating content for my own platforms or working with the company that I'm doing like a part-time job with right now that does kind of like influencer marketing, something like that might be cool. Definitely something in like communications and media and marketing, that kind of area, but specific titles, don't know yet. I guess if I had to pick one title, it would be entrepreneur, but that's something that I've been thinking about like a lot recently. It's like, oh, what's your job gonna be? Like, what are you gonna do? No idea. That is it for my blush, which means now all I need to do is finish the underside of my eyes and do mascara and I'll be done with my makeup. Okay, so now I'm just going back in with the same colors that I did on my lid, the pink, the like lighter pink and the darker pink, like the reddish color, and putting those back like under my eyes.
If I may.
Okay, last thing, we are going to go in with a very small brush and take this, which one do I usually use? I think it's this one, this little like champagne color sparkly shadow, and just put this on the inner corner of my eye to kind of brighten my inner corners up a little bit. Ta-da! Lastly, for mascara, I'm going in with the L'Oreal Voluminous Original Mascara. This is my go-to for like events and stuff. I use this CoverGirl Clump Crusher for my like everyday kind of mascara. If I wear mascara, like just to kind of brighten up my look, I'll use that. But I'm going to be using this on my bottom lashes today because it's just a little bit less like in your face. And then I'm going to be using this one on my top lashes. Okay, so that is the finished makeup look. I am really, really happy with the way this turned out. This, like I've said a million times at this point, this is my go-to makeup look, at least for eyeshadow. It's really the only thing I know how to do. So now I'm going to take my hair down and get dressed and show you guys the full completed look. Okay, here is the final look. Let me show you guys fully in the mirror. So this is the look. I am just wearing this super pretty black like bodycon dress. I actually got this for sorority recruitment in the winter, but we didn't get to actually wear our dresses because recruitment got moved virtually. So this is the first time that I'm actually wearing this dress. This is the debut of the dress. I got this from Macy's. We actually bought this in person, so I'm not sure if I can link it, but if I can find a link or something similar, I will link it down below. I'm wearing my black heels from Amazon. These are literally one of the only pairs of heels that I own, but they are a staple. I wear them all the time. I love them so much. Then for jewelry, I'm just wearing these dainty little gold hoops that my friend Genevieve got me for Christmas a couple years ago. And then this little C necklace that I got from Amazon. I will also link this down below. So I just left my hair natural. I didn't really do anything to it, but my friend Erin is coming over to pick me up in a little bit, so I still have a little bit of time. I might curl it because my hair is feeling like very flat and very, like it doesn't match the look. But this is where I'm gonna have to leave you guys. That is going to be it for this Get Ready With Me and Q&A. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you guys are new here, I hope this kind of helped you get to know me and my channel a little bit more. I don't typically do a ton of Q&As or Get Ready With Me's, but if you guys liked this style of video, make sure you leave a like on it for me and comment down below that you wanna see more of this kind of content, and I would be happy to make it for you guys. And of course, if you haven't already, make sure you go subscribe to my channel down below so you can see all of the videos that I post. I upload every Sunday, so you get a new video from me every single week. But that is gonna be it for this one. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Bye guys!
I'd like to. I'd like to love you every day. I'd like to love you.